Jesus is Lord. He's not only Lord, but He is my personal Lord and Savior. Today, for my steamed seasoned beef and yellow rice, I cut up my beef. After cutting up my beef, I went ahead and put it in a pot. I put some light seasonings on it, like salt, a little bit of salt, but I didn't put a lot of seasoning. I heated my oil. Once my oil was hot enough, I tried to fit all of my beef in the pot. So no matter how much beef you have, try and just put everything in the same pot. Then I went ahead and then I seasoned my beef. I used all the different spices that I have: garlic, onions. I use dry seasoning first. I use garlic, onions, pepper, dry celery, or I put all the dry spices on top, seasoning oil, and then I cover it up and I allow it to cook. With this steamed beef, you want to make sure you keep your pot covered up whenever it's cooking. So I went ahead and I cover my pot. I allow it to cook, and make sure you're not steaming your beef on too much of heat because you want it to be delicious and well done. So use medium heat. So while my beef is cooking, I went ahead, I took some peanut butter. I added some peanut butter to a bowl of hot water. I also added some barbecue sauce and I mixed it very well. Now I went back to check on my beef. I took my time and mixed my beef. I tried to turn some over. Then I went ahead and then I started to add my parsley. I added my onions, my garlic. I added my celery, and some pepper, hot pepper. So first you add your dry spices, and then once it cooks for a few minutes, you come back, open it, and then you start to add your onions, your celery, your garlic, and you want it to just cook. You have to be patient, allow it to just cook on medium heat, and keep your pot covered because the steam is what is going to cook this beef. Now I came back and then I try mix it well, turn it over, try and turn your beef over. But now there should be a lot of juice in your pot because you are keeping your pot covered up. So by now you should have a lot of juice from that beef in there. I went ahead and then I added some more seasoning. So you just play with your seasoning. Add the seasonings you like, add the spices that you like. So I added more black pepper. I added some more spices to it. I went and turn it over. Make sure you keep turning your meat over and covering your pot because this is how your steamed seasoned beef is going to get done, by you keeping your pot covered up. So once I mix it well, cover it, and then I go back. Now once you do this, you have to keep checking on it every time you check on it. And then when you notice that your beef is cooked, is well cooked, that is when you're going to add your peanut butter mix. That is when you're going to add the peanut butter and the barbecue sauce that you mix. So now I'm about to prepare my yellow rice. I washed 2 cups of rice. I added some pink salt. I added some dry parsley. I also added some turmeric. I added like a spoonful of turmeric. And then I added 2 cups of water to my 2 cups of rice and I put it to cook. Now I came back to check on my beef. By now your beef should already be almost done, if not done, almost done. So you keep checking. You have to cut a piece, you taste it, do whatever you need to do, and keep tasting. Make sure it's seasoned to your taste. Make sure you have enough spice in there, and keep tasting it and keep testing it. You see I have a knife. I'm going to test to make sure my beef is properly cooked. So my beef is done and I'm enjoying tasting it. That's why I keep tasting. It's so done. It tastes so good. So it's now time to add the peanut butter mix. For my peanut butter mix, I told you I use like half cup of warm water. I put some of the peanut butter, like 3 spoons of peanut butter. I added some barbecue sauce to it. I mix it well. And because my beef is done now, I added my peanut butter mix to my pot. Mix it very well. Turn your meat around and just cover it. At this time, you're not going to cover it because now you want your pot, you want it to dry. I went ahead and then I added my pepper and then my big onions, because I have some onions that I cut, that I put aside. So now you add your pepper and you add your onions. And you just lightly lift it up and just leave it now to continue cooking for a while. I came back, as you can see, it's ready. My beef is done. Everything is ready. It's time to be served. So I'll go ahead and take it out of the pot into my tray. Oh my God, this beef is just, it tastes so good. The aroma, the smell, and the taste is just so good. By now, I think my rice should be coming on okay by now. Look at how beautiful that beef is. It has so much juice. It has all that seasoning. Oh my God, this was just, it was delicious. It was so delicious. Now you can go ahead now and check on your rice. By now, your rice, your yellow rice and vegetable should be ready by now. So I went back, my rice had dried down. I added about, let's just say maybe about 2 big spoonfuls of coconut oil. I added my coconut oil to my rice and I used a fork and I mixed my rice because my rice was done. And then you go ahead and open a can of mixed vegetable. Warm it a little bit in the microwave, put a little bit of light seasoning on it, maybe seasoning oil, and then you come and then now you mix it with your rice. And there you have it. You have your yellow vegetable rice to go with your meat, with your steamed seasoned meat. Oh my God, this was just so delicious. Believe me, you will enjoy this food and you will keep coming back for more serving. Please have a very blessed day and make sure to include God in everything you do. So delicious.